Azyr is fucking back, baby! Yeah, what? Last Saturday, NX Newcastle, Azyr headlining Second Speed's event. This is going to be my full review, talking about the venue itself, the production, sound, and how each artist got on. So I don't think it was actually sold out, but that queue was absolutely nuts. It went all the way around the side of NX. It normally stops like right at the end of the if anyone's ever been before, right at the end of their street, there's like a couple of bus stops. It's normally the second bus stop down. That's roughly where it stops, and there's like free flowing people going in at like a decent pace. My word, it went round that building, and then behind NX, there's a hotel called Indigo. It started from Indigo and it went round the side of that building as well, and you would have to cross. Or it's basically, it. I understand why they did it. It's to stop people queuing on the roads and stuff like that, making it safe. But I've just never seen a queue like that before. Like, it was actually nuts. And to think it wasn't even sold out. Like, if it was sold out, it would have been even longer. But yeah. Well, the venue itself, then, obviously, with it being Second Speed, their home is NX. Everyone kind of knows how I feel about that venue. It just gives me the heebie-jeebies. There's just something. I don't know if it's because I've not had like fantastic memories in that place before, and there's just something about it. I remember on my way up, felt really anxious and stuff like that, and I think it's probably down to the fact that it was at NX. But like the venue itself for hosting events, I don't think is necessarily a bad venue. It has got like all the potential for a techno event. It looks great. Do you know what I mean? It really does look good. There's just that to say something about that venue for me. I much prefer Worldies or Digi. I think for me, is Defo's the one in Newcastle. It was weird. It felt more rammed there for me than it did on New Year's Eve. And New Year's Eve was like a complete sellout. I'm sure it was. So I was a little bit shocked when we got in there about how packed it was. Now, you can always find space in NX. You actually always can. That's why you'll always find me towards the side. The sides are the best probably place to go if you want space to dance and stuff like that. Other than that, I can't lie. When I first got there and I met me and Tal met like Ben, Sky, Bowser, we were like shoulder to shoulder, and it's kind of hard to dance. You've kind of got to accept the fact that you're literally going to be like rubbing shoulders with people and stuff, and just kind of embrace it. And it's not always my scene. I think I did it when I first got there. It was just like, yeah, fuck it, like kind of thing. But after that, you want some space to dance and enjoy yourself and a bit of freedom. Truthfully, though, I've still never been on that balcony, so people have got to let me know in the comments what it's like on the balcony, and if you prefer it on the balcony or in the mixer. Sound wise, never have any issues with the sound system in NX. Like, never any issues. It's never too loud, it's never too quiet, it's always just spot on. So, no faults with NX in the sound system. The only problem for me, NX wise, and it's not the security outside. Well, I say that. There's just a few that seem to let it down for the majority, because I don't know what your guys' experience with NX security and staff is. On a whole, like, a lot of them are lovely. A lot of the door staff at the front are really nice. Even the bloke on the side that I was speaking to, 'cause obviously we had an issue getting in, which I'm not gonna, like I say, go into detail with. But everyone was lovely, and I was speaking to them, and they were trying to help me as much as they could. Do you know what I mean? So I've got no issues with them. It's just you get the odd jobs worth, don't you? And the ones by the toilets, man, they were cynical. They would ask you, obviously, it's a walkway, or they don't want you blocking the walkway, which is absolutely fair enough. So they'd ask you to move to a different location, which was like just in that square bit next to the stairs. But then when you moved there, you were told you couldn't stood there. So it's like, obviously you're going to wait for your friends or your partner or whatever if they've gone to the toilet and you've gone together and you're just outside. You're not just going to walk back off into the mixer and leave them on their own. So there's got to be somewhere to stand. But they were getting like quite aggressive as well with some people. I know one lad told me he got fucking braided shot out. So yeah, I think that was the only that, and I think it puts you on edge a little bit. And obviously, I can't stand the ones that have got the torches and like beaming light and stuff. But yeah, that's the only downside for me on that venue. It's the only thing I really don't like about it. Lights wise as well, never any issues really when it comes to NX and second speed and the whole production side of things. I think it always looks class. They always kind of switch up the graphics and stuff that they have behind the DJs depending on like what style event it is. But yeah, strobes, lasers wise, thought they were sick as well. But I could have done with a few more lasers. I'm just obsessed with lasers, mate, to be fair. But other than that, yeah, lighting never an issue, I would say. Now, moving on to the artists then. So obviously, like, all I can do is apologise to Ellie Suddick and Gallo. Like, I'm absolutely gutted that I missed your sets. By the time that me and Tal got in, it was literally just as Gallo was ending and the start of Azyr. So yeah, missed them. Heard great things though. We were speaking on the live stream yesterday. I can't remember. I think Gallo joined the live stream actually. I think Ellie did at one point as well. But from what they were saying, Ellie was really like bouncy, hard bounce, that kind of stuff, which similar to how she played Containment on Boxing Day. Really good opener, sets the energy, sets the pace, kind of gets everyone going and up for it. But I think I love the way that Second Speed do the events. I think that's a perfect starter. And you just gradually get heavier throughout the night, takes you on a bit of a journey. Instead of it being industrial or crazy heavy stuff right from the beginning and have 6 hours of that, I think if you build up to that point, you enjoy it more. And there's different track selection and different styles and stuff as well. So yeah, like I said, heard great things about Ellie's set, and then the same with Gallo. I think there was a lot of people in there that have probably not seen Gallo before. So yeah, really good for them to get on like another second speed lineup and smash it. Azyr though, oh my fucking god, mate, what were you on that night? Like, what were you actually on? That was easily one of the best sets I've seen in a long time. Like, for me, that was up there. It's hard because I absolutely loved TLO this year, but that properly blew me away. That's got to be up there for me with his 2023 Boiler Room set. Like, it was genuinely that good. And I think I was speaking to Bowser about this yesterday. I think with me and Azyr, I think when I first started seeing him, watching him at events and stuff like that, I think people bigged him up so much that the expectation was so high, so that when I seen him, I expected to be like fully blown away. And then when I wasn't blown away, I was like, oh, kind of mid. But honestly, like last night, that felt like proper Azyr, and yeah, that's easily the best set I've ever seen him play. His transitions, his track selection, everything was just spot on, and the energy in that room was just fucking nuts. And I've never ever in my life got a chance to see him play I Need Your Loving, and which is mental because I've seen him. I must have seen his eye like 5 6 times. So to not hear him play that track when he's kind of not most known for it, but do you know what I mean? Always kind of played it in his sets. So to not hear that, yeah, to finally get to hear it at the end, that has got to be the loudest any crowd has ever sung that tune. I swear on my life. There's at one point where it's I need your love, and then he drops the track, and you can hear everyone just belting out like the sunshine, like everyone's going for it. So yeah, it kept the energy in that room was just ridiculous. That's the most energy I've felt everyone collectively like give it some at NX 1,000%. So yeah, Zai, mate, like that was ridiculous. And then we had KXD back to back with Lil Warb. I was absolutely buzzing when I seen these two on the lineup because I've never seen them before. Heard such good things. Well, seen a lot of their clips and stuff online as well. So I was really looking forward to seeing what kind of style they would play, what type of tracks they would play, and it was interesting to see them closing. I thought as I was going to close, so yeah, to see them closing was nuts. But it was so heavy. Like the energy was nuts as well. They were both dancing, like obviously just taking it in turns. One would drop a track, and then the other one would be dancing with everyone, and like I say, connecting and stuff like that, which was really sick. And he even played, what do you call it? Like hard tech or whatever it is, the one that I called that Russian Germany Gabbery type track. and that like it was just fresh. Do you know what I mean? It was something different, and for me that was the perfect closure. I think because Azyr was so good, to try and follow up after that is like that's near impossible to compete on that. But that was the perfect ending for me. Like, yeah, the ball absolutely smashed it, and like I said, track selection, it was something different from Azyr, so it offered something a bit fresh to keep everyone going for that last like power hour, if you like. So yeah, hats off to them both. Would definitely recommend seeing them again. Overall, like I say, because I missed the first 2 hours, I can't give it a 10. But I would give it, from the moment I got in there to the end, I'd give that like a strong 9. That's easily a 9. But what I want to see is I want to see a second speed in Digi. So in the comments, let me know if you think second speed should put an event on in Digi. But hats off to second speed in general, though. Like, genuinely, these guys are just leveling up. Like, every event is getting better and better. The artists that they're attracting are getting bigger. They're just taking it to new levels this year. I know some of the lineups and some of the people that they've got on this year that they've not even announced yet, and trust me, I think this is going to be the biggest year for this brand, if you like, and I think they're really going to take off. Yeah, hats off to them. Well done, Second Speed, for keep putting on fucking sick events. Like, my favourite brand, easily, by far. And that's not even just because of the relationships that I've got with the people that own it, run it, etc. Genuinely, like, some of the most wholesome events, and just always have the best time. Always, never really any complaints. So, yeah, hats off Second Speed. But yeah, if you guys went, let me know what you thought, what were the good things, what were the bad things, what you thought of all the DJs, what you thought of the venue. Give it a rating out of 10. Let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. And yeah, see you in the next one.